Okay, hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Rob, and we are doing Runaways, Season 1, Episode 3, Destiny. Now, I know they released all 3 episodes at once, and a lot of people did their reviews, like all of them at once. I only did the first 2. I might have, been able to squeeze the 3rd one in, but since I record these off my phone, I really don't have all the minutes in the world to put these out, so I decided to separate the 1st and 2nd from the 3rd. So, if anybody watches this, anyway, this is the 3rd part of that little original trilogy, and it's the kids. Full spoilers, by the way. The kids, meeting up, trying to decide, how to proceed now that they know that their parents are, well, they think, that their parents has just sacrificed some girl for unknown reasons to them. And, Caroline shows them the picture of this girl, Destiny. She's supposedly in London, but everybody else is kind of like, ever heard of Photoshop? So they kind of all, go off on their own little missions to investigate certain things, like, so Chase and Gertie go to Chase's dad's house, his home, to look at Victor's lab. You got Molly, who really isn't part of it right now. She's gonna go off to do homework. You got Alex, who ends up helping Nico, and then you've got, well, Caroline just kind of does her own thing too. So they don't really pair up that much, except for the 2. And Nico and Alex's thing kind of happens because of circumstances. So that's why there's not really that much to say about this episode. That's why I really wish I could have jammed it in to that. It's a pretty good episode. A lot of funny writing, a lot of clever stuff. It's it does feel a little too clever, how people actually talk, but it's okay. It's still interesting. Some of the lines are pretty funny, and the acting is pretty good. The parents, are starting to see more of the different conflicts that they all have. Victor, who at the, we know that there was a problem with his little machine, and that Destiny wasn't dead when she, when they all left, and he was seeing her. So, kind of, at first I really thought she was there, but it turns out, she was just kind of, he was hallucinating her. It looks like that he's just kind of filled with guilt. So you think, everything along those lines is that whatever happened, she's gone. We don't see what he did to her, but if he's clearly hallucinating and she's not there, then you assume, that she's died, that he didn't let her out. So he seems really conflicted about that. And what's interesting is that, if he is feeling that guilty and that conflicted, then, maybe he's not as bad as I first thought. I mean, what they've done, because they talk about how they can stop killing people now. So they've clearly taken out a few people to further their own benefit, their own gains, however justified they may feel. So maybe Victor isn't in it as hard as I thought. Maybe whatever they're doing this for is got a lot more pressure on them, and that whatever bad things they're doing, maybe there is a good reason behind it. But I'm not going to get into comic spoilers. So, I'm going to talk about it like I didn't read the comic. If that makes any sense to anybody. Because I hate to just keep alluding to things like, maybe this could be a part of the story. I don't know. But, again, when they find Molly's little barrette or whatever, his wife, Alex's mom, is way more like gotta make sure nobody finds out. While Alex's dad is a lot more like, you know, cautious and, you know, not really, you know, making sure that, you know, they don't have to do something about this. Same as with Nico's parents, except Nico's parents have got their own issues, like, because you can tell that Nico's dad and Chase's mom have been banging on this, you know, on the regular, and you know nobody knows about it, but I mean it's obvious, and then it comes out here that they've been having an affair, and it's probably due to the death of Nico's sister, because Nico's mom kind of after Amy died, you know, it's pretty apparent that she kind of withdrew from her marriage, leading the husband to look for affection somewhere else. And you know, as you can see from Victor, he's not too kind to his family, so you know, Victor's wife went looking for affection somewhere else too. But Nico's mom, you know, the one with the staff, she's pretty hard too, kind of like Alex's mom. And they don't seem pretty, you know, that remorseful about anything. Also, then you've got Gertie and Molly's parents, and they're just kind of like, I feel like they were just kind of, like, I don't know why they went along with all of this, because they're the ones that are really, like, not wanting to see any of these parents again, can't wait for this all to be over, but they went along with it for a really long time, and so, you know, it's kind of like, yeah, that's great, but you're still guilty of killing people. And you know, it makes me think more about what happened to Molly's parents and who was really responsible for their deaths. Because it kind of right now is starting to, like, they're trying to get it to point towards Nico's mom, because her arm looked like it'd been burned, and Molly's parents died in the fire. So it's like they're kind of going towards that a little bit, but that's probably a red herring. If it is Nico's mom that was involved with it, then damn, pretty on the damn nose. So anyway, let's see what else we got going on here. Molly gets confronted by Alex's mom, and you know, that's one of those very, you know, like, she could have gotten out of that. She was almost completely out of that by talking about that she was on her period. She was only there to, like, look in the liquor cabinet, you know, because the kids all wanted her. You know, she's the young one. She was peer pressured into looking, and that's where she lost her barrette. And she really could have gotten out of the situation if she had kept up with the whole I was on my period, I was looking for a tampon kind of situation. But the way she, you know, awkwardly got up and ran to the bathroom, and of course, mommy dearest, you know, I know it's not her mom, but she's kind of creepy, Alex's mom, banging on the door. Molly! Like, who does that? That's not going to help the girl. If you're actually concerned about her, you're scaring her. You know, what if she doesn't know, even though we all know she knows? So, and I'm getting real, from Alex's mom, I'm getting real 24 season 1 President Palmer's wife, the first lady, whoever that is, the chick that's on the Orville now, vibe from her, the way her acting is and the way her character is. Just very like, I'm not going to care if somebody puts a bullet in her head. She just seems really cold. Anyway, you know, Molly breaks the toilet and breaks the wall to get away. And, you know, Alex's mom finds her outside, you know, and eventually it seems like she's thrown her off the scent again from finding out, you know, even though it's just, Alex's mom is always, like, ready to like, put her, like, drug her, whatever that is, you know. And, Nico finds the staff, and she also finds the diary, Amy's diary, and that snowflake in there, and it starts snowing, and she doesn't know how to make it stop, so Alex has to come over and help her, and it only turns off when Alex grabs the thing, so it's definitely connected to, like, the family. So I'm thinking Amy had powers, the mom has powers, and now Nico has powers, and it's all something she'll have to learn how to control. You know, and then they have to try to clean up all the snow before mommy gets home. You know, like having them, like the old trope of, or cliche of somebody threw a party and the parents are on their way home and you got to clean up, and so, ha ha ha, you know. And then you got Caroline, who, you know, runs into creepy dude who just, I think he just roams the halls of the church, just looking for somebody to bust. Like, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing over here? Like, he just, with that stupid smile on his face, reminds me a lot of a people that I used to go to church with, just always looking for somebody to rat on. But, you know, it's a nice way for Caroline to talk about, you know, when you take off the bracelet, did you see the colors? Leading, you know, it down more that these, you know, these are just people. You're something else. You don't know what that is, but then, you know, you look at the painting where it's all colorful and, you know, so she's getting a feeling like, you know, maybe she needs to talk to her grandfather, I think. Except he's dead, as far as she knows. We all know that he's not dead. He's just all, you know, banged up with, you know, her fervor. Anyway. And let's see. So, yeah, Caroline's mom is dealing with that, you know. And there's like so much I'm trying to get through because I thought I said there was nothing to talk about, but apparently there is. You've got Victor and Gertie who go to, or Chase and Gertie go to Victor's lab to find the thing that had Destiny, and she's not in it. You know, you get the flirting back and forth, which leads me to believe, you know, there's a love triangle going to happen here between Chase, Gertie, and Caroline. Yay! Stupid teenage love triangle in our Marbles shows. If I want to watch love triangles in a Marvel show, I'll watch The Gifted. But this one has a lot of teenagers, so I guess it's kind of unavoidable. So, they think Chase thinks they're done, but they gotta go to Gertie's because even though it sounded like everybody was ignoring what Molly was saying about a monster in their basement, Gertie actually listened. And they go there to find out what's in the basement, and it turns out to be our Velociraptor. And they freak out, and it's not a good CGI effect, but whatever. I mean, this was the thing that was going to be hard to sell, right? About this show is that they're all regular kids, and you can do some stupid charmed type of CW special effects for their crap, but the whole actual Velociraptor, it was going to be the you know, the thing that's going to make the show kind of look dopey. But so you're just going to have to get over it, I guess. If you continue watching the show, you're just going to have to disbelief, whatever. So you find out, you know, Chase can tell that her talking herself down, you know, and calm is making the Velociraptor calm down and not attack. So they're developing that psychic link power. But then it takes off. So we'll have that to look forward to, them chasing it down. And then pretty much the end of this episode deals with Caroline's mom is checking out Bane, you know, her dad all Peely and Bane face, sort of Bane, you know, whatever. And whatever they sacrificed to, it was supposed to make him better. So I guess whatever they're doing, the power that they send, it's just supposed to go to this guy, or some part of it does at least. But it's not working. And then Nico's mom calls, which she just caught Nico and Alex pretending to have a liaison in their bedroom so that they wouldn't get caught messing with their staff. But then here we got Nico's mom calling Caroline's mom, saying, turn on the news. They found the body of Destiny. So that's our big reveal of the episode, is that Victor, whenever he opened it up and Destiny wasn't dead, he got her out of there, but it seems like he couldn't make the machine work, so he had to still kill her and then get rid of the body. But he didn't do a very good job because it washes up on the beach. And now every one of the parents is going to know that it didn't work. They're going to be blaming gunning for Victor right away. And nobody can get a hold of anybody else except for a couple of people. So Victor's got a problem here. They gotta have to sacrifice somebody else. So it's going to be interesting how quickly the kids and the parents all, before all this crumbles and the kids become runaways. So that's where they leave it, and it's a pretty good way to leave it. Knowing that she's still dead but didn't die from the machine, and that Victor killed her, I guess, right? I mean, that's what they're saying. If they found her body washed up, she didn't go through the machine and end up in the ocean. So that's, I guess that's the guilt he's feeling. So anyway, it was a halfway decent episode. It keeps me still wanting to watch it, whether or not the CGI Velociraptor looked good. Writing is still good. The acting is still good. I am more excited about this show than I am The Gifted. So, and it's better than Inhumans. Anybody can say that. So, still looking forward to seeing where this goes. It's going to be a week-to-week thing now for a while. So we will be catching that up. I think it's on Tuesdays or something. So get ready for that. Walking Dead on Sundays, Mr. Robot Wednesdays, Punisher videos still to come, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. starts in December, and there's more too. I just can't remember what they are right now. And also, check out my first video that I'm trying a new thing. It's called Waiting for Blu-ray. I've done one already, and it's for the Hitman's Bodyguard, so check that out. It's kind of a all the movies that I couldn't afford to go see or didn't hear really that great things about and just decided to wait for Blu-ray. So those videos are just about whether or not they're worth a rental or a purchase on Blu-ray. It's not a very long video, and I'm going to continue to do one. I got one for the movie Good Time with Robert Pattinson that I'm about to do as well. So if you like this video, hit like. If you would like to, please subscribe. All you got to do is hit that button. And then comments. Let me know what you think about this show. Is it better than The Gifted? Is it better than Inhumans? What is it? How does it compare to the other Netflix shows? What's your favorite part about this show? What's your least favorite part about this show? So anyway, that's about it. We will see you on the next video, which probably be more coming today and the rest of the weekend leading up to The Walking Dead. Otherwise, we will see you next time. Enjoy your holiday weekend, and we'll see you next time. Bye.